Hello, and this is Ninja Gamer Presents. You can probably hear my fan in the background. Try and ignore that. Anyway, we're gonna be reading Silence. That actually might not be the name, I don't know. Anyways, its rating is at 8 out of 10, 8.7 out of 10, so yeah. I tense up at the sudden noise from my headphones that breaks the silence in my dorm room. It takes a while, but I just noise letting the video play out with mild interest. My stomach grows harshly. I should get something to eat from the basement. I glance at the clock. 3:06 a.m. About bedtime, Kyle. I think to myself. Wait, is this? I think to myself. It's kinda quiet. I roll over after laying my laptop aside and cover my tired eyes, only more tired by the effects the glare from my computer screen that had shown into them for hours. The covers are warm against me. My roommate's steady breathing adds more noise to the air conditioning unit above my head. The air conditioner shuts off and the room is still. Even my roommate's breathing is too light for my sleep-deprived ears to pick up. Sorry? It seems at night silence breaks even itself. So I lay there for who knows how long, listening. The silence is good for that. I lay there and adjust to a more comfortable position. As I get comfortable, I am brought back to alertness by the sudden noise of a few drunk friends in the hall, coming back from a late night party. They don't say anything important, just like being extra loud like most of their kind. So I lay there listening to one complain about his girlfriend being whiny and another tell him how whipped he is. After the ramble calms, I close my eyes and attempt to sleep again. Rolling over, my stomach growls loudly, ravenously, wolf-like, begging for a snack. So I get up and slip on some short and flip-flops to go downstairs, pocketing a few cores as I leave the room. Newberry is always empty after midnight. But I don't feel like taking elevators. They take too long. So I walk across the hall to the stairwell. Very reliable and fast when you live on the second floor. The door closes behind me, and a solid thud echoes up and down the 8 floors of the stairs. It's eerie how quiet it is afterwards. Not even the usually annoying cheap fluorescent lights buzz. Just a sharp smack of my flip-flops hitting my heels as I make my way to the stairs leading down. I softly climb down the stairs, strangely nervous about being alone. I feel like I'm being watched, so I lean over the sides of the railing and look straight up the stairwell. Nothing. And then I look straight down. Nothing. I might just be getting paranoid and nothing, so I shake it off the best I could and make it down to the first floor, smiling at the only camera above the door and walking into the door leading to more stairs, which led to the basement. So far, so good. Something is incredibly loud, and the sound rings off the walls for what felt like forever. But there was something else. I listen as hard as I can. What was that? I don't know. but I don't hear it again. It sounded strange, like a wheeze or a shuffle or something. Just another student, I think to myself, waving off the paranoia with little effect. My eyes droop heavily, and I slowly continue marching down the stairs, ready to eat. I make it to the basement and walk through the small maze of hallways into the open area we affectionately call the man cave, which is nothing much, just a pool table, some ping pong, and of course vending machines. It's dimly lit and empty, save a few couches and those previously mentioned. Save? Never mind. I walk slowly towards the machines, which I can't stand in the darker area. The shadow seems to twist and stretch. My sleep-deprived brain can't comprehend much. And out of the corner of my eye in the hallway, I see a figure. It's gone now, but it's incredibly tall and dark. I didn't look directly at it because I'm always cautious to not move when in danger. I read The Ranger's Apprentice. Oh my gosh, my sister loves that series. I really may seem weird for it, but well, that's hurtful. But I follow a lot of the stealth patterns presented in it. I mark off this sighting as mere sleep deprivation, but my mind is racing. I don't feel very hungry anymore, and my hands won't stop shaking. I have no idea why. I'm so scared. I just need to get to the room. I grab a few snacks and something to drink and head to the elevator. I don't care how long it takes. I just want to feel safer. So I wait by the laundry room, staring into the obscure room from which I came. Nothing changes, save a few instances of my vision making me believe I see someone standing in the corner behind the vending machine speaking at me near the top. I don't think it's a person. There's no face. After all, it's just the light playing tricks on me. But I can't help but feel upset at the sight of this. It couldn't be real. Maybe I should check it out a little more. Ding! The elevator snatched me out of my terrified stupor. Stupor, never heard that word before. And I board it with my sloppy groceries, pressing the 2 on the pad. As the doors slide together, I look and feel both relieved and worried that the face isn't there anymore, watching me. My nerves are on the end as I pace around the dingy little box. It finally stops when I get off. The door slides together and I get off and begin to head towards my room, pausing as I look and notice it looks a little different. A few lights have gone out on my end. I realize I think nothing of it, but it still adds to my paranoia as I enter the longer halls. Sorry. I creep around the corner and look down the hall into a frightening darkness that embraces the end so tightly, and at the end I stop, and in slight shock and fear as I notice a tall man standing there. He seems to be bald and must be looking down. All his flesh is blurred by my vision. For I left he seems to be bald, and I left my glasses in the room. Either way, I can't make out anything other than a pale globe on his shoulders, his strangely thin shoulders. I notice as I draw nearer to my door. Where was I? To my door, which is safely away from him. I can't help but feel fear rising in me as I see him standing there, watching me. I can't see any eyes, but I feel the gaze. I walk faster to my door and try to open it. The door won't open with my key, so I look up trying to ignore the feeling of his gaze, and his horrifying gaze cutting into me. 406, the door read. I must have pressed the wrong button by accident. That's why it all looks so different. I look back down the hall, and I don't see anymore. Wow, are you blind? This doesn't help my stomach at all. I feel even worse now. That man was just there. Where could he have gone? I rush to the stairs, where they are closer than the elevator, and I don't feel like standing in this hallway much longer than I need to. 1 second. The door slams louder than any of the others, and makes my ears ring. Makes me ears ring. Southern? Nah. But the ringing doesn't stop. It just grows louder with each step down. I feel like I'm being watched by that man. I don't know why, but I feel sick just imagining it. I'm panicking. I feel unsafe, like I'm in danger. I pass the 3rd floor's doorstep and look through the small glass window for a person to talk to, but just to get my mind away from this paralyzing fear, or maybe seek help. But through the window I see a man dressed in a black tie affair like an outfit, with the longest arms I've ever seen, standing there. He is much closer now. I can see his face, or where his face should be. There was nothing, just a pale white head. No sign of age or wrinkles. The sight of it causes my stomach to lurch, and I vomit on the door. The thing makes no response besides to stand there, as if enjoying my horror, just watching through a window. I tear myself away from the scene as my body feels drawn to this thing. I run down the rest of the stairs and feeling as if I'm safer. Puke over the side rail in fear as I open my eyes to look how bad my sickness was. All over the bottom steps I see him, staring at me, slowly stepping up the stairs, but his head never moves. His neck just stretches over the side and keeps watching my pain and fear, torturing me. What? I scream and throw my food at him. He has no reaction, but the neck draws back under the staircase and disappears from view. I run onto my floor in utter terror, just wanting to go to bed, and I turn around, and there, only a few steps behind me, he stood, arms outstretched as if beckoning me to come let him hold me. I choke on vomit as I see his face ripple across and lunge with all my might to my room. I turn the corner and see him again, on the far end, staring like an ever-present guardian angel watching over me in my pains. I vomit again. This time it hurts horribly, and I can see drops of red leak from my lips as I finish. I start to cry. I feel like I'm going to die. Die. Hey, cry. Anyways. I just want to give up. There's no hope. I make it to my door, which was just a few steps away, and open the door. The sound of my roommate's breathing is all to be heard. No more ringing, just breathing. I flip on the light and close the door. My roommate doesn't stir. I close the door and look in the mirror attached to the back. I look insane. My eyes are red and puffy. my hair a mess, and a tear stuck in suspended animation, like my unkempt chin hair. I still don't feel safe as I think I should. I turn around and begin to walk to my bed when I hear thunk in my closet. I stop moving and stare in horror as a long, pale hand pushes the door open and a tall, thin creature steps out. I turn around not wanting to look at it, but I can see it in the mirror. I watch it stalk towards me on those tall legs. I watch it stop only inches behind me, and I feel it slowly close its limbs around me. Then, nothing but silence. Wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, 'cause that was a bit ridiculous. Well, that's it, I guess. See you next time.